AJ, just Eric Deck with the Athens Messenger, just what it feel like to be out there tonight, and then especially after the first three misses of the night, how nice did it feel to just see that one go in?
I mean, it's definitely nice to see it go in. Had to knock off some rust the first few minutes, but it was great to be back, great to be, especially come back at home for the first game. It's just a great feeling.
Well, Andrew, what would it be for you, AJ? Was it nice to have him on the court, just like having the presence back to have him out there?
Oh, for sure. He's my roommate. So, having him on the court with me is always a pleasure. And just love to see him hit the threes and get in that game mode that he always does.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. This could be for either of you, but just how much did you guys need this win after the last two games?
Coming off a, tough loss against Miami, I think this win was huge. This win would get us the momentum into Appalachian State and then into the next game after that. So I think we're starting off on the right foot, especially in the next 9 games of conference play.
Logan Adams with the Post. This is just another tremendous home win for you guys. Talk about the crowd at the Combo.
I mean, there's no place like the Combo, in my opinion. Our crowds are always great. I mean, it starts to get loud, and then it just keeps getting louder. So, I mean, it's just great to have a home crowd.
AJ, for you, it seems like especially in the past few games, you've almost made a concerted effort to kind of really try to get points in the first half. Is that kind of something you're trying to do, or is it more just flow of the game? You're just finding success early right now?
I think it's just flow in the game because, a couple of games back, like 2 games ago or even last game, I didn't score much in the first half, but second half I turned it up a little bit. So I think it's just, trying to put 40 minutes together is what I'm trying to do right now. Not trying to just, have one big one half and then the next half kind of disappear, but, just trying to do the other things other than scoring to help my team win.
Grant Keeper at WMU, AJ Clayton for you. Just having missed the last 3 games, some of those being losses, just how much did that add to your motivation to get back and perform at a high level, not being able to help out in those bigger MAC games that you guys were on the losing side of?
I mean, it's definitely tough to, sit on the side and not be able to play, especially, missing 2 home games in my senior year and then missing, a rival game that's huge. So missing all 3 games, it's pretty hard to watch, especially losses. And so me coming back, it was especially wanting to change the attitude. Losing 2 in a row, biggest game of the season, we needed the win.
Cody Englander, mid-major basketball. How locked in did you guys feel defensively tonight?
I think we were pretty locked in. We had 43 deflections and 7 kills, and whenever we put up those kind of numbers is, a win for us usually. So, and that's what coaches, is big on, is getting those defensive stops so we can, get the transition points that we need to, come out on top tonight.
You guys won the rebounding battle tonight. That's obviously been something that's been talked about all year. How big is that to just know that you guys out-rebounded the team?
I think having him helped a lot. But we just found a way. We found a way to, get our guy out of the play and having the guards clean it up, or just, Clayton and Vic and even Aiden Evans just boxing the big out and grabbing that rebound that we need.
Yeah, a lot of 50-50 rebounds, too, that just kind of bounced our way.
AJ Brown for you, just having another scorer back. And there's been a lot of different guys wearing the hat recently, but for now that you have 4 guys who scored in double figures, does it feel nice to know that, there's going to be some games where, it doesn't rely all on one person to get all the points?
No, for sure. And it gives, the opponent teams, more to worry about. And having him, we can space the floor and we can run our plays and just put ourselves in advantage to win the games at the end of the day.
AJ Clayton for you, just how did your ankle feel tonight? And, would you say you're at full strength going forward?
I mean, I'm pretty good. That's really all I got to say, but I'm pretty good. It felt great.
You guys were lights out from 3 tonight. When you guys see that first one go, is it kind of just like an infectious thing for the rest of the team?
Oh, not for sure. I mean, it's one of those, you just got to get a feel for it. Once one goes in, it's just a snowball effect. The next one goes in, and you got to hit that heat check one as well. Might look crazy, but you still got to shoot it.
How fun was it to see Ben Nickel make that Ben Nickel make the alley past Aiden Evans? I know you guys got excited when he came into the game.
That was awesome. I mean, to see those guys get in, especially the work they did like this week, they were phenomenal for our scout team. And to give back to them in games like this, it means a lot to them, and it's a lot for us too to get them in. It's a goal every game.
Really proud of our guys coming off a tough loss, at Miami. The way we lost and having a quick turnaround. Really proud of their effort tonight. I thought they came in with the right mindset on Sunday. Had a great lift, was very energetic, We went short on the floor, and then had a really good practice yesterday. Thought we did a great job of spacing in the first half. The way they guard you, you got to keep moving bodies. You can't just let them sit there in their gaps. And I thought we did a good job of that early. Built up a great halftime lead and kind of continued it the rest of the half.
Eric Pickard, Jackson's Messenger. Coach, you guys shoot 60% from the floor, 50% from three, 25-point win in the end, just especially with the past couple weeks. How much of a sigh of relief is this kind of win where you don't have to sweat it out the entire night and it's just kind of fun for everyone?
It's a lot of fun. I think our guys deserve it. They've been through a lot of adversity. They've stayed the course. They've stayed positive. They continue to work. Different guys have stepped up. We lost 3 of our last 4 heading into this game. A couple close ones. We lost some bodies, and our guys have never wavered. They've stayed together, and I think it's a testament to their character and the group that we have. Obviously, great to have A.J. Clayton back out there. He makes a big difference on both ends of the floor for us. And like I said, 19 assists, 33 baskets. I thought we did a really good job sharing the basketball.
And then kind of looking at the offensive numbers specifically towards that beginning. Overall, it was a fire sale on the floor in terms of shooting, but AJ starts off the night shooting the first 3 shots of the night, misses all 3. So kind of a two-parter. One, was it a concerted effort to kind of try to get him right into the action to wear off the rust? And then how do you think he kind of just worked in as the rest of the game played out?
Yeah, we really didn't know what was going to happen, how he'd respond. And we didn't practice on Sunday. He did a workout on his own for about probably 15, 20 minutes. And then, Monday he practiced and he looked really good. We did our normal defense segment, and he hit a 3, scored in the post, and, made me pretty happy. So I think, just adds a dimension to our offense. He's a tough matchup on that end. And, I'm sure his conditioning wasn't where, which it shouldn't be. But to get him 21 minutes and do what he did, it was fun to see.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. Coach, kind of just after the last 2 games, how much did you guys need this win, just from a mental standpoint?
Yeah, I think, it was big, right? We need to come out and win. And there's no such thing as a must-win, but this was a must-win game. And our guys had the mindset coming out. We knew Western Michigan was very physical. They were averaging almost 14 offensive rebounds a game. And that was a big key for us. I thought we did a really good job, battling on the boards. I think they had 4 maybe within the first 5 minutes. And then, we did a great job from probably the 15-minute mark, to maybe the 4-minute mark of the game. And that was a big key for us.
Andrew Bobey, WMU. You had 11 from Sheldon off the bench and then 9 from Searles off the bench. How big is it to get those bench points in games like this, especially considering going down the stretch over the next month?
Yeah, we always talk about it. Elmore could start, Vic could start, Shelley could start. Those guys don't care. And, it's great to see A.J. Sheldon. He's been struggling. Last 2 games, obviously, he shot the ball well. And, he just gives us a different dynamic, scoring off the bench like he does. I'm glad to see he didn't hesitate, shooting those shots. And, hopefully his confidence will keep growing.
Grant Kiefer with WAB. When you look at your team and I just lost my train of thought. But when you look at how the team's gotten healthy and Clayton's back, just do you feel like with the stretch coming up with, games at Kent State, at Bowling Green, Akron, do you appreciate the timing of it?
It's never a good time. I think you're dealt the hand that you have, and like I said, I think I went back and looked. We've had our full roster for 9 games, and I don't know what our record is, but less than half our season. And the guys, that played the last 3 games, a lot of unorthodox alignments, guys that never played a 4 and guarded the 4, stepped up when they needed to. And having Clayton back, gives us a presence, from a size and athletic standpoint, offensively and defensively.
You mentioned it too with the unorthodox lineups. Did you like the spacing tonight?
Yeah, I thought the spacing was really good. That was a big key coming into it, just by the way they guard. They were heavy gaps. If we got the ball in the paint, there's going to be 3 or 4 guys there. And I thought our guys did a really good job of vacating. You know, we always say to vacate the elbows, 45 cuts. You know, anytime there's a skip or a ball screen, and you know when you do that, the spacing's really good, and we were able to get downhill and make the right play.
You've talked so much about what you guys gained physically by having A.J. Clayton back on the floor, but just from a leader standpoint, how does he kind of just make everybody better around him when he's out there?
Yeah, I mean he's a fourth-year guy, played in a lot of big games, and his voice was big when he was out. We talked to Hadaway and Clayton both about, hey, your role, you might not be playing, but you still have a role in the team. And those guys have been vocal in film sessions, timeouts, practices, and that's what leaders do.
Coach, it was kind of evident from early on that as soon as you guys got any defensive rebounds, it seemed like you guys really wanted to push the pace, run out as fast as you could. Overall, you win the fast break battle 23-13. Just how much of an emphasis was trying to spread the floor and make it a fast break?
Yeah, it's kind of twofold, right? Like they send four guys, like they got a shooter and then four guys crash the board. So as much as you want to run, you have to secure the rebound first. And we were able to get stops in that first half. I think they shot 30% and 11% from the field, so you're gonna have a lot of misses. And I think at halftime they had 4 offensive rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. So the opportunities were there when we did rebound, and it's kind of been our bread and butter all year is transition offense. So in order to get that stop, we had to block out and rebound, and that was a big key. And then got some good finishes.
Adding on to that with the fast break and the athleticism, just another night with Elijah getting double digits, especially with Clayton back and him still earning a spot in the starting lineup with what you guys are trying to do. Just how impressive is what he's doing right now?
Yeah, I think it's, confidence keeps growing. The more he plays, the better he gets. And, what he's been able to do is defend. He's been a great cutter for us. Tonight he had 4 defensive rebounds. He's been our second leading rebounder since, A.J. and Aiden have been gone. And to do that as a freshman in a role, right, that just continues to grow, he's a big part of what we're doing.
There was a sequence in the second half. I think it was like midway through the second half. Vic Sills, I think, had 3 straight post touches and executed all 3. You were pretty excited after that. Do you feel your team is at their best when you can have Vic come off the bench and kind of be a part of the second wave?
Yeah, I think he feels comfortable, in that role. And, to his credit, he stepped up when Aiden and AJ have been out. It's a different role than he's been used to. We put a lot on him offensively. We put a lot on him defensively, with those guys being out. And I think for him, we talked before the game that AJ was going to start. He's a team player. All he wants to do is win. He gives us a post presence, down low. 12 minutes, 4 for 4, 1 for 1 from 3. It's a great contribution in the time he was out there.
You guys had 2 separate runs of 10 or more points there in the first half. Just how important were those to kind of regain some confidence after Miami?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to come out and play the right way. And the biggest thing was rebound the basketball and, put those spurts together. Anytime you can string, score, stop, score, that's when you extend the lead. And, you look at, 3 of the 4 losses that we had, we dug ourselves a deep hole, really battled back. And, you look at Western Michigan, they came in, I think they won 4 of their last 6. They were ahead at halftime in 4 of those games. So really setting the tone for us was big. We got off to a 5-0 deficit, went on that 10-0 run to maintain the lead and just kind of extended it from there.
Real quick preview about Saturday, Sun Belt Challenge. You guys against the Sun Belt this year, 3 games and 3 losses. Just what are your thoughts on the game itself, and just is there a different play style within that league that you've kind of picked up on?
Yeah, I think it's a very athletic league. You look top to bottom. We played Troy before. We played Arkansas State. Texas State, obviously Marshall, James Madison. It's a very, very athletic league, and you'll see a dominant 5-man coming in as athletic as anyone will play. The Tate kid, the point guard's really, really good. We tried to get him, when he transferred, and he's been really, really good for him. So it should be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. We need to get a win and hopefully get another great crowd like we had tonight.
Jackson, 8 assists, 1 turnover. Just what was he doing so well in terms of creating the flow of the offense and setting up?
Yeah, I mean, all year long he's kind of set the table for us, and when he's pushing the ball and guys are making shots, the game becomes a lot easier. But he spearheads everything. We ask a lot of that position, it's well documented. He's been shooting the ball really well in practice recently, and hopefully that keeps going because, the last couple games he really hasn't hesitated to shoot those. And to come up with 9 defensive rebounds, we knew that we were going to have our 1, 2s, and 3s rebound, because, they all go. So for him to come up with 9 defensive rebounds and be able to push the fast break right away is really big.